Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do another square in my Stitchery swap. So before we get started on the next one, I'll just show you the finished one from the last episode. So look away, Dawn, look away. Okay, she's looking away. Here it is. Now remember the colours were creams and champagne gold and the very pale blues. So all pieces have been secured and highlighted with some little beads. I did a little bit of fly stitch down here, a couple little X's up here, just some random little stitches here and there. Really pleased with it. It came up beautifully. So another one done. I'll just bring it to the camera so you can have a little bit more of a look. I ended up putting the yo-yo up the other way. I know there were butterflies on the other side and they'd caught my attention, but I just sort of felt like it needed to be this way, and then I found a linen covered button and then started my beading through the center there. So that's the little piece. Okay, so let's put that one aside and let's start the next one. Okay, I just got to take my coat off. I suddenly feel quite warm. All right, the next one, let's get our base. Now this lady said, you just do you. So I can pick whatever colour I want that best represents me. So I decided to delve back into my French fabrics. So I have some trims here. I have my rice bag that's got the bits and pieces from my French tour. So I was looking forward to this one because I can just do me. I've also got behind me got my lace, so it won't be hard for me to grab that. Now let's get our square, 12 centimetres. There we go. So there's our little square. And I grab my little template and I mark in the 10 by 10, which is the, the actual size. Just so I try and stay within the boundaries. It's not easy, but let me tell you. Okay, let's put that away for another day. Okay, let's go for a trip down memory lane and find some bits and bobs that we can put into our little... Now some of these I got more recently and actually aren't my trip, so I just want to sort through them. Those are all ones that Susanna from Vintage Blend Studio brought back, so I want to stay within the elements that I picked up. Oh, what are we going to do? I like that. I'd have to have a bit of that green. Let's just get a few things out of my way. I might just bring the camera up a little bit, guys, just so you can get more of a overall view. Now, I do like that, but I've sort of, the space is too small for that. Like 10 centimetres is not much space. So I sort of have to pick things that have small images. See, little bits like that might be handy. Could probably... little pieces like that. That doesn't really match. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we do with this old girl. Oh, it's so fine. such a big piece and it's taking up so much space. Maybe I need to bring it down a little bit to a smaller little piece. Let's have a look at this one first. This I have in a bigger piece elsewhere, so I could finish your sentences, girl. I could go and get another element of it and bring it in, you know, cut something else out, but I'm just wondering if there's something here. I like this little vignette here. I like that little flower there too. Oh, there's just not a lot of space. Could get real red. I think this is probably more suitable. This will give me the piece I need to, you know, the feature piece. I think we're going to take this guy out. We'll make him as a little bit bigger. Oh, it just rips so easily. It's so old. If we get that down, maybe take it down in size so that it is the right size. Do we want that leaf or that leaf? Like that bow there. So the little holes there. So sweet. Just shows it's had a life. These little holes here and there. Okay. So now the question is, where do we place him? I just don't know about that guy. We'll come back to him. I might take a small thing out of that. I think I need either this to come in next. Oh, gee, this is an old girl. I do like that. Where's some linens and things? Where are they? Here. It's not exactly French. No, put them back. In here was a little piece left of the Rachel fabric. I think you'll have to find a home in this little project. I've got a little bit more of that elsewhere. So that's all good. That matches too. I feel like if that went there in the middle, I can come up the side with something. I can tuck him in there. Don't know. Sort of think like a bit of this would be good. Lace. I need some lace. But no, I feel like I need older lace. Where is my... Here it is. Let's have a look in here. Where can I put it there? I feel like I just need something a little bit more. Now these ones are a little bit smaller, so often that's what's needed to get your spaces on these little pieces. But no, I sort of feel like I need a curve or a... Maybe some of this. This is like the gift that keeps giving. just don't have a lot of room, do we? Good on you, Annie, restricting us like this. Sort of like the fact that I don't know. Is there another section that's a bit more giving? It's getting the right shape. Sort of feel like that's a little bit too bland and blending. There's all these collars in amongst it. I really need to separate out the collars. That one might be interesting. Nope. That's a bit chunkier. This might be what I need. So the design is so heavy that I need something even heavier to push it back a little bit. I like that. Oh, I don't know. It's tricky, isn't it? I might just pause the video for a moment because I actually need to go and blow my nose. I can feel a sneeze coming on, so I'll be back in a moment, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. That feels better. Now, we were looking at this guy. Maybe I need to change the orientation of this. So I really like this lace, but I need it to have its space. I'm going to take that piece off. Pretty sure I can get it in. I like the curve of it. Sort of feels like it's something. It's just a matter of working out how we can get it in. I think that's something, but I don't know. Maybe I've got to turn the piece like that. Where's that green fabric? I think I need to commit to a bit of that. Here it is. I'll put that away before it gets a hang of a mess, which I think we're already in. Okay, this little guy's gotta find a home. All right, you're going there. I might get a little bit of linen out of my bundle here. In under there. I sort of want it to blend a bit. Nope. Have to come back to that. It's tricky. Maybe I'll put a bit of this pink in. Oh, I'm going real pink. But that's okay. Maybe this lace is just too big. Maybe I'm not getting what I need. I've got to get backgrounds down. I'm going to put a bit of this in. I think this is really pretty. A pop of this little bit of pink. I like that little ratty edge. Yeah. Pull that up to there. I like that silver, that little edge there. That's something. Let's get this green fabric in before it gets lost in the I'm just going to cut a piece off. And we'll see how we go. We've got to get our flower in a better position. Maybe he's got to go there. That there, that there. Pull him over a little bit more. Down a little bit more. He's just peeking through. Yeah, I like that. Where's that piece of lace? Is that going to work now, or have I lost that opportunity? It's just too big, I think. It's just not quite perfect. That might be better. Let's... No. I do like that. That's got potential of being a little feature somewhere. Yeah, I think we'll be putting one of those in. It's nearly like a laundry label. Oh, a laundry label. That's classic French. Where's my little labels? Let's put a little CM in there. Put that away. Okay, let's change that orientation. I like that corner starting to layer up. It's very square, but I'm going to need to soften it with some lace coming out of this. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I like that. Okay. That gets my lace in. Now I feel like we can do something a bit tricky up the top here. I wonder if I should revisit this guy and get that little edge off. Let's just tuck him in there for now and see if there's enough space for that little edge. So I might need to put some pins in position here before I get too far ahead of myself. Bring that lace up. No, it needs to go under. Let's pin that there. Let's bring that down. Yeah, I actually like that. Do I like that? I don't know if I do like that. I really like that. I think I need something quite dense up there for those flowers to terminate to. Gosh, it's old and so if that went to there and I found something else about just a little piece of red fabric. I don't mind this little guy. Really like that frayed edge. But how do I get it into position? What's knocking me here is this line. And just find that that's a bit too... Maybe I bring the green right up. Maybe that's going to help. If I bring that right up into position there, and then put that there. No, that doesn't... I'm going to need something in behind there just to... Maybe it's just a pop of red goes in there. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. Just needs a little pop of something down there. Bring the green over to the boundaries because once again we're sneaking out of the boundaries because the girl can't stay where she's meant to. I feel like that could be on a different... Yeah, that's better. It's a bit of an unusual piece. They haven't embroidered it exactly centre, the manufacturers. So it makes it quite a bit off kilter, but it's such a pretty little piece of embroidery. Okay, so I think I'm liking all of that. Now, question is, do we bring him over a little bit? Yeah, just want to see that flower peek through just a bit. Yeah, I like that. Now I've only got a small little piece of lace I need to finish it. No. Keep that out because I think that might pop up somewhere. What about this little piece? Oh, I feel like that actually could go down there, just as another layer. A little bit of interest. Okay, I like that. Still haven't found that perfect piece. Maybe I've got to bring... Maybe I've got to bring this red up to the top corner. Maybe my lace is enough. And I just need something simple up here. Often that's the case. Can always, yeah, I like that, just that little line. Do I put it on top? I think I need to put it on top. No. Underneath. And maybe this has got to go. I definitely like that little edge. But maybe it's got to come down a little bit, just a fraction, to give me a little bit more red to make it look like it's meant to be there. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I like how there's a space here that could have some form of decorative stitching. I still think I could put a lace there. I wish I had something really, really tiny. Really tiny. Oh, I like that. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's it. Keep it simple. It hides the fact that that little flower terminates there with an interesting little edge, a little layered edge. I'll just cut that there. Whoop. Please, please, please rip like you're meant to. These old fabrics sometimes, whoop, sometimes they do what they want. I'm going to take that out of there so I can get a better angle on it before it rips into itself. Or better still, that's got it. It was nerve-wracking, wasn't it? Okay, so let's get our final position for this little guy. Let's get this little fellow in. He can come down a little bit. So technically everything here is French, but that little piece of beige there is from Italy. But it's classic me. I've been a fan of Rachel's fabrics and textiles for many years now. So I've got to stop hoarding and use them. Okay. There we go. Oops, lost this little guy. Then this little guy can come in. I'll keep that fairly square because I want this space to be something. Get that little check happening there. That's looking good. What's the boundaries doing here? Let's get this. I just cannot stay within that 10 centimetres. It just, I don't know, creeps out. You're restricting me, Annie. So if you've just tuned in, Annie Claxton is the lady that created this project. These little squares that you gather together some chums and do a swap. And and in my case, my little group, we've got a chance to pick our own colours, or like this lovely lady said, just do you. So everyone else picked their own colours, and some of them are using them in the Roxy Creations Volume 4 Treasure Hunt as little morsels. See, I've got to come over. Gosh. But if I come over, then it's just going to have to hang out. I'm sorry. I can't stay within it. All right. I'm happy with that. Now, I need a feature piece. I'm really happy with everything there, but I need a feature piece. I need something there, and I'm thinking it has to be a lacy something. Just feel like it. If it's going to be classic me, it's got to be a doily, hasn't it? Okay, let's just go to the classic container of doilies. Oh yeah, I love all these little bits. It's just, oh, I might grab another one out because you never know, and start poking them around. Yeah, we'll put that there. That's classic me. Can we fit another one in? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. Nope. Did get that in. Yeah, happy with that. I think that is looking good. Put these little bits and pieces away. Let's just have one more look at the braids. Let's just one more look. Let me actually bring it up to the camera so you can see where we're at. Just layer upon layer upon layer. Not sure where I'll put the beads this time. Don't know. Maybe through here, but I'm not sure. I just, yeah, maybe a little cluster through there, anchoring all this down here. I'm not even sure if I'll embroider this. It's so beautiful that I don't want my stitches to overpower it because it's a tiny little image. So I've got to be a little bit careful sometimes. So if the imagery is too small, you can destroy the look, unless you want a completely, different look, but we'll see. So let's get our needle and now let's tidy up this fabric. Goodness sakes, girl, you're going to have more mess than you need. I love having all my bits from a certain topic together in one little case, because at the end of the day I'm not going to be getting back to France in a hurry, so it feels like at least it's all together and I can get in there and rummage whenever I feel the need, and it's a feature on my desk. Just love it. Okay, enough reminiscing. Alrighty, let's get needle and thread going. Get a few invisible stitches down. Maybe if that little motif that I put on right at the end there goes off to the side a little, it'll give me a bit more room for a bit of beadwork. So what I mean, it's sort of over here. Let's get that stitched down. And I think I'll do pinks and golds. I don't have a lot of red beads, and any red beads I have are real bright red. They sort of look a bit what's the word? Santa Claus red? Fire engine red. They're not this raspberry red. I really need to go to that bead shop again. It's down in Brisbane, girls. It's at Browns Plains, on Browns Plains Road, just up from the shopping centre. And it's just, oh, glorious. I do have a trip planned in the near future, but these will be well and truly on their way to their owners by the time I get there. So I will just have to use what I got, which is not a bad thing. Oh, I wish I could work out a invention that keeps the needle threaded. So once you thread it, it like the top of the needle locks into it, and you set your thread and it just doesn't come out unless you release it. Why can't someone invent that for us? If you add up all the hours that you rethread because your threads come out, okay. That's not going anywhere. Let's scoot along here, catch that edge. What I might do around those flowers is actually seed stitch through there. That's what I'll do. That will, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to stitch down that top edge of that lace there. Let me zoom in so you can see what the hang I'm talking about. I'm not going to stitch down that top edge. I want it flexible so that it's got a little bit of movement there. Makes it feel a little bit more delicate. Just a few little stitches through there to hold that. Okay. I'll probably just put a random little stitch at the top of this motif if I can get my needle in there, just to hold that until I work out what edge I want to do. Okay, and that down there. All right, that through there. That'll hold that bottom edge. So I should be able to remove him. I'm going to get myself jabbed if I don't get rid of some of these pins. I should be able to remove him. I should be able to remove him. Okay, so I just need to catch that little guy. What I might do is, because previous videos you haven't seen any of the beading side of things. So being that this has come together reasonably quickly, we might get into the beading a little bit. You might find that riveting viewing, mind you. I wonder, I've got some pearl, mother of pearl buttons. And I know this young lady is very appreciative of a good button. Maybe I need to find a good button. Everything is secure down that bottom end. The top isn't, but that's okay. I'll do that off camera. We don't need to see me do that. I might just jump up and grab the mother of pearl buttons. That's has to go under there. But I'll fix that another time. Let me grab the buttons, guys. And okay. I've also got some of these, but they're English. But I do like them. Doesn't matter. We've got a bit of Italy. We've got a bit of France. We've got a very much me. Let's get ourselves some buttons. Not 100% sure where these. Actually, I did get them from a French store on Etsy. They're so big. They nearly look too big. Here's a little guy. Just not, maybe it's the colour. Oh, that's so pretty on that side and so dullish on that side. That's a better size. Okay, let's just let them simmer for a bit, and I need to have a look at the beads. I still think they're a possibility. Now, the beads, I think we could do something with this goldy colour. Too pink. There's a pink bead that I love using with this fabric. It's this guy, that little fellow. Of course, that little fellow. So I need a feature, but I've got to go back to the buttons, guys. Hang on one moment. They're not. Got these as well. They're not old. No. I think this one's a slightly bigger than this guy. I think one of these will do the trick. I'm going to take this one. Come on, old girl. Oops. How do I get that? There's like a little wire they use to hold them onto the paper, like a little U. Yeah, that's what we want. That's our little feature. Where do we want him? I think there. And then we cluster the beads out. I don't want to cover the hole in that fabric there. You'll probably never notice it because it's so subtle. Maybe I'll find a smaller one of those. I just felt like it overpowered the whole piece. Okay, let's get our button on. There's our little feature. So I I don't know, I tend to follow a similar recipe. I pick a feature like it's a yo-yo or a button or a medallion from some crocheting, just a little something to anchor the display. So once we get that into position, there's our little button. I'm just going to start with a couple big random beads. These ones I bought for the Roxy Creations Journal of Stitchery Christmas edition. I did 2 of the projects. I did a blue and a traditional with gold, champagne and silver. And these were the champagne ones. So I'm just going to stitch a couple of those. And they've got a dull side and a glittery side. I always seem to turn it over to the crystal-y side. But it gives you some options that you can, you know, adjust it. Now I might just scoot. I'll head to my name. I'll come in that direction, I think. Let's put another one on. So you get your big pieces in first. It's sort of how I do it. So I'll put my 3 big beads in, these little champagnes. Then I'll start looking for bits and pieces to go in around them, and I finish with my tiny beads. So I'll probably put another one up here. So let's get, I feel like I need a bit more of a feature piece, but there's some lace I've got over there that's got some little floral elements in it. I might just jump up and grab that. Just get this one more bead in, which I'm going to put up here. I'm not even going to tell you what time of the morning this is. I grabbed my book last night where I've written all of the names of the folks that I'm stitching a piece for and their colours selected. And everyone has selected something, which is what I already mentioned, but this one lady has selected me, basically. She's a fellow YouTuber. It's Christine from Christine Crafts and Creates. Gee, I hope I got that right. When I tell you what time of the morning is, it's like 3 in the morning. So anyway, I went to bed at midnight. I'm surprised I'm even functioning, to be honest. Went to bed at midnight and just couldn't get this out of my head. I shouldn't have looked. And I thought, oh, wow, we're freestyling. We're not confined. We're going to do favourite colours, and yeah, so I couldn't sleep. Well, I must have slept because I'm now up at an ungodly hour. I think I'm going to use some of those, yeah. I like this. Let's get this guy in next. Yeah, so I'm up at, I think it's about 3:15, filming another Stitchery video. Oh, I tell you, once I get something into my brain, I can't let it go. So I think it's a sign of insanity, isn't it? Yeah, that's really good. Let's get those little flowers. I think they're up here. Yeah, this is beautiful lace. I just feel like I could do with a little detail, even if it's just a little cluster. So I should be in bed asleep, but no, I'm stitching. But that's okay. I can always have a little nana nap. I need to check Christine's channel. I just have a feeling I've said it wrong, and that'd be very disappointing. I go and talk about a fellow YouTuber and get their channel completely wrong. Create Craft with Christine. Sorry, Christine, but we've got it right now. Create Craft with Christine. She's working through the alphabet of stitches. Hats off to you, girl. That's so much work, and it's coming along beautifully. Yeah, just like that little touch of, I get that bead under there. Yeah, that's so me too. Yep, I like that. Oh, you can't even see it. Just a little, just building up this bottom line here, and then the beads will come across the top. I think that's going to work a treat. I think that probably needs to come up and over there. Yep. Might lift that a fraction. Lovely. So let's get a couple more beads in. I'll have to change my needle too because they're getting small. We must be getting close to the hour. I think I did about 10 minutes, then stopped the video to sneeze. Let's get our needle. Joy of Joys, the thin Reginald. He's going to behave himself. He's going to just stitch down some little beads. Aren't you, Reginald? Little pink ones. Just a pop of pink. And we might slide in there one of these, which is the baby sister of that guy. So that just sort of helps soften the image of it all when you've got two sizes of the same bead. There we go. Now I'll come back over here. You probably can't see real good. It's a bit tricky when we start doing beading. Then sort of look at your area you're beading and work out where you can trail them off. So you might have a cluster. Then you need to soften it even more by putting some of the little guys in further away from the cluster. So it looks like they're scattered up through your piece. That makes sense. Might put another little white guy up there. And at the end of the day, the more the better, I say. You think you're done, put another 3 beads in. Because I think you'll find that it really just adds to the depth of the piece. There we go. So we've got a trail happening up to that corner. Just leads the eye up here a little bit. I'm going to end that because my thread's got a little bit too small and it's only going to just peel out. My little flowers fell off then, but that's okay. We might stitch those on with just a little stitch. Where'd Reginald go? Reginald? Oh, there he is. Okay, let's get those flowers in their position. So sort of want them up and around. Yeah, that's it. I'll just put a couple little stitches there, then we'll get back to these beads. Oh, this needle is so fine. It's a proper straw needle or a beading needle. And I tell you, if you weren't watching yourself, this thing would go up your nail so quickly. Oh, I'll just concentrate because now I've got a feeling that I'm going to get an injury again from Reginald. So I'm going to slide in there some little beads now. I've got two. Two would be quicker, but I don't know. I'm a bit of a fan. If you start doing one at a time, stick with one at a time. Because I can always tell when you've been doing one at a time and suddenly you do two and then suddenly you do three. It just changes the whole look of your piece. So I don't know, maybe I'm a bit too, oh, what's the word? It's a rude word. But I find if I do one bead at a time, stick with one bead at a time. I just find I get a better finish. And I always seem to enjoy beading. I know it's tedious, but if you haven't done it, give it a go, because I think you'll find for slow stitching, it really is something that is very enjoyable. So I sort of feel like I've got enough happening there with those few beads. I might just put a little pink guy and a cream guy on the other side of that big bead. A little pink one there. Then I'm going to, I'll put a double stitch in that. Oh, my thread. It's got it. Now it's going to scoot down here to this bead. Starting with my bigger ones because I'm in a whole new area. Start with the big guy. Get him anchored in. And I might throw another big one out there. And Reginald's decided to ditch the thread. Ah, Reginald. I might end this thread off. Let's put Reginald there. Let's get a bigger needle so we can thread it quickly. And I'm going to end off this stitch and get another piece. If the thread gets too small, it tends to come out quicker for me. I'm concentrating so much on the placement of stitches that the thread just starts feeding out of my hands. So you're better off stopping. I think my hands are too big and woofy to hold the needle and thread. So a couple little stitches just to secure that cotton, and then wear away. All right, pick up a little pink. A little bit of cream. And now I'm on the other side. Might just put a big bead in there. I think I was going to do that before, and then the thread came out. We'd be well and truly over the hour now with that little bit of... I'll just finish this. So you're going to have to stay back after school now, because I'd be confident we're over the hour just. All right, now I'm doing the little trail off, as I was saying before, just a little bit out there. I like that. Okay. I've got a bit of thread left, so I'm just going to scoot across to this corner, and then I can use the last of it to start securing down this little bit of lace here. I like that pop of red behind there. A couple more stitches and I'll let you go. You can go now if you have something better to do than hang with me. Get that stitched down. I just need to decide what I'm going to do with that little motif. I think that lace needs to come up over it. Yeah, like that. She's a bit of an odd little piece. Oop, hold the horses. That's sitting all puckered up. Let's get that nice and flat. I like how it's a little bit off kilter. Just makes it look a bit more interesting. So there'll be a lot of invisible stitch go on now as I get all of those little elements nice and secure. Then I'll come back through with my probably cream crochet cotton and do some little decorative embroidery stitches around, and it will be done. Reginald's about to throw his thread. Let's see if we can get him to come down this outer edge. Reginald's the name of my needle here, if anyone's wondering what the Hang the Girl is talking about. It's a long story. He's a nasty little piece of work because he tends to bite me regularly because he's so sharp and so fine, and he's quite annoying because he keeps dropping his thread. So he just had to be named. I don't know when that happened. It was a little while ago, and it seems to have stuck. There we go. That's it, Reg. You've done a good job. Let's put Reg away now. He doesn't need... leave a little thread on him so I can find the little coot. There you go. Okay, I'm happy with that whole bottom corner. I might have to release this little guy. That's not sitting right. That little invisible stitch is not doing me. Quick unpick. Quick unpick. Oh, just can't see it. It's all good. I'll come back and just release this little corner. It's just not sitting right there. I just want to take that little stitch out and redo that. So there you go. We've got more of a decorative piece this time where you can see this little build up of elements through here. So the plan is just to stitch everything down, go through with my crochet cotton, do some highlight stitching. I'm going to do some seed stitch through there, some fly stitch there, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, guys, have a lovely day. Sorry to keep you a little longer than normal, but I think it's just fine. We just keep stitching, don't we? I will see you all in the next video. Okay, guys, now I'm tidying up and trying to say goodbye, and I still haven't said goodbye. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.